Hello and welcome back to Grim Survival. Thank you, all the gremlins that have arrived early and all the gremlins in the chat right now. It's good to see you all again. Homestead Oss in the house. Homestead is here, trusting God first, obviously. Thank you guys for showing up. Definitely go check out Hutch Homestead if you haven't. He's building a greenhouse now. He just posted a video a little while ago. I very much encourage you to follow that and see how it is built so that you may be able to do the same for yourself. So, like the title says, this is going to be a free-for-all. I named it that because most of my live streams usually end up that way anyway, so I figure we'll just go with it. Why not? That'll be fun. But first, I have some information, some personal information. Not really personal. I have made the Discord server I talked about in the last live stream. If you don't know what Discord is, it's basically a chat program. Basically, it has the options for video chat and voice chat, but mostly text chat, and you can make various rooms in the text server for that, so everybody can keep different topics in different areas and things like that. Currently there is only one room for a general chat. The link for the Discord server is the first link in the description of this live stream. So yeah, I encourage you guys, if you enjoy the chats that we have in the morning premieres or when we're doing the live streams, I encourage you to go check out Discord, because the purpose of that is to keep that kind of thing ongoing. And I will have to mute my computer now because, yeah, let's just kill the volume. All right. Yeah, messages. Yeah. All right. So, in case anybody missed the last live stream, there are a few things I have to go over. I figure I'll do this in a couple of different live streams so everybody gets it down. These are very important things to remember, especially for all of us gremlins. So here are the 3 rules of Grim. Again, I wrote this down so I could remember it. The number 1 first rule of Grim is never expose your Grim to a shot, especially a randomly given shot passed out by your government. Never do that. The number 2 rule of Grim is don't ever let it come in contact with any left groups. And you know the groups I'm referring to, I assume. And above all else, remember, never give your Grim coffee after midnight. Doing any one of these 3 things could result in a very chaotic situation for you and your household and anyone around the Grim. It will turn into a gremlin and will not be good for anybody. So keep that in mind. All right, so coffee. So just like Prepper Nurse 1 does constantly in his live streams, I would encourage everyone to give me a thumbs up, or as Angry Prepper says, a thumbs down if you feel that way. Either way will help the channel, help the live stream. What it does is boost the video in the search engine, apparently, and it makes it so much easier for other people to find me. I would like to announce that I have, as of today, reached the 3,000 subscriber mark. That is insane. There are a lot of gremlins, Somebody's been giving them coffee, or how do you make what was it called, a mogwai or something like that? How do you make those things multiply? It was water, right? You put water on them and they multiply, or something like that. I've never seen the show, so I don't really know. But yeah, apparently gremlins are multiplying around here, so that's a good thing for me. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the support that you give. Thank you for showing up. I had no idea that I could ever even get close to 3,000. I was really surprised when I got 300. That was, a happy day for me when I was at 300, and now, wow, 3,000. That's just amazing. So thank you guys. Yep. Thank you to Prepper Nation for all the support. Also, Angry Prepper and Alaska Prepper. Without those channels, I definitely would not have gotten where I am right now. I also got to thank Prepper Nurse 1. He's also given me a couple of shout outs here and there. So yeah, I thank him also. So yeah, wouldn't be able to do it without the larger channel support for sure. Sean M in the house. Yep. Someone poured water on all the gremlins and they're multiplying. I agree. Yeah, help battle the algorithm, Vicky says. So yeah, it is a battle. It is a constant battle. Speaking of battles, I have a news compilation video I've been working on for about the last hour. That will be up for the morning premiere at 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning. And yeah, we have some interesting things to show there. Most of that information comes from mainstream media, so take it with a grain of salt, but there is a lot of information there. Jason A, if you follow that channel, posted a video earlier today of similar news compilations, and it's very concerning. So a little bit of my information is the same as that video as well. So keep that in mind. Those news compilation videos I do, YouTube loves to demonetize them. They don't like them, and oh well. I've also noticed Rumble has also demonetized all of those similar news videos that I post over there. So Rumble is a platform I'm not too happy with currently. I'm looking back at BitChute, trying to see if I can upload videos there again. They've been having a lot of issues. It's taken days upon days upon days to get a video uploaded to BitChute. So I'm going to see about trying it again. It's been a while since I tried it, so I'll see. Domestic Gangster in the house. How's it going? Definitely go over and check out Domestic Gangster. Also a very good channel. I recommend. North Shore Preparedness has arrived. Man, North Shore, I woke up one time in the middle of the night and I seen you were live, and I was like, man, I can't show up. I'm going back to sleep. You do your lives are very, very late my time. Very late. So yeah, I do have a BitChute account up, and I have posted some videos to it, but like I said, I was having a lot of issues with it, so I'm going to try it again, and I will start posting the link in the description if I get it working, and that's an if, because yeah, it was really a hard platform to get any content out on it. So yeah, Brighton.com, is that another video platform that I might be able to use? I might check that out too. Yeah, there's a lot of guys on BitChute. There's a lot of different channels over there, but yeah, I just had so much trouble with it that I kind of gave up for a while. I still have the account. I'm going to, like I said, try again. And yeah, coffee. It's definitely time for more coffee. I've been at it all day. I've really not had a very good day, to be honest with you. And I won't go into my personal problems on the live stream. Needless to say, money issues. So yeah, and my vehicle is broke down again. It's leaking brake fluid all over the driveway, and the seals in the master cylinder are gone. And apparently I either have to replace the seals or the master cylinder itself. Not a cheap thing to do. Not something I'm skilled with and don't know how to do it myself. So I will have to be finding somebody to do it for me, unfortunately. I knew I should have went into mechanics instead of truck driving. I knew it, but oh well. And so I've been applying for jobs all day. No, it's a Dodge, not a Ford. I wouldn't buy a Ford, but that's beside the point. But yeah, I've been applying for jobs all day, mostly work from home type things, tech support type things, data entry, things like that. Because yeah, just driving in general is a problem right now. I'm disqualified from driving any commercial vehicles due to the issues I had about a month ago, maybe a little longer than a month ago. Yeah, and I'm disqualified for driving unless I pay over $500 to get my CDL reactivated, and I just can't afford it. So yeah, as many of you know, unemployment benefits have been cut off. Anybody who is on the unemployment extensions, it's done. It's gone. That's not good for me or anyone else that was collecting it. So yeah, that's where my problems stem from. So yeah, I've been applying. I mean, I've been applying jobs for more than just today, but today I've been doing it a lot harder than the last, several weeks where I've just been doing 2 or 3 a day. Today I've been doing about 10, 15, 20. I don't even remember how many. My email's just full of responses, of the automated responses of "we got your application" kind of thing. So yeah, that's interesting. So the Prepared Minds has been doing his live stream starting at the same time as this one every Sunday. I do like the Prepared Mind, so I'm thinking of moving these live streams to a different time. If anyone would like to suggest that, I would definitely be grateful for your suggestions on what times I should do it, because with a channel as large as the Prepared Mind going live at the same time I am, that's just not going to work out very well for me in general. So yeah, if anybody has any suggestions on different times, I would appreciate it. Midnight, yeah, but then I wouldn't be able to have my coffee because I'd be violating the rules of Grimm. I can't violate my own rules, right? Well, yeah, I can, because I'd still drink coffee after midnight, and I'd just go chaotic on everybody. But hey, yeah, maybe a little earlier. I know Alaska Prepper is not doing any more live streams until next year. Of course, that's what, next week. So he had postponed any more of those, but he goes live at 4 p.m. Eastern time, so that's why I set mine at 6 p.m. because Prepper Nurse 1 goes live at, I believe, 8 p.m. So maybe I just need to do it a little later, 10 p.m. possibly. Possibly? Maybe. Maybe. North Shore Preparedness, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. If I could get, I'm trying to show the comment. Christina, it's not letting me show your comment, but I see it and I will look at that link. I'll go back after the live is over and write down all these links and check them out. North Shore Preparedness, this is for expenses. It's also a throwdown to all of you to match it. Well, thank you, North Shore. I really appreciate that. That is an interesting challenge you have put out there for everyone. So, yeah, I would encourage it too. Yeah, I think 10 p.m. Eastern might be a better time period for my lives. Just maybe. I mean, I'll throw it out there. If anybody has any other suggestions, let me know. That's what I'm thinking at right now. Later is probably a little bit better. I could be at the end of the Prepper Club when everyone is already all toasted, and then my live streams would be even more fun. So I need a beer. I really do. I'm having coffee, though. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with the chat. It's not gotten to the point where I have to slow it down yet, but I still miss quite a bit of stuff on my chat. I do. It's just, I don't read very fast, so that's why that is. I got to learn to read a lot faster. Maybe I should take a speed reading course. That would probably make it a little bit easier for me, right? I have looked at a few speed reading type of things, but yeah. Thank you, Homestead Oz, for sharing that. I noticed the Alaska Prepper doesn't use PayPal. He uses a different platform. I've heard a lot of people say that they don't like PayPal and they refuse to use it. So I've been considering starting, I forget the name of it. I'd have to go back to his videos and check, but I've been considering that as well, going back to using something other than PayPal. PayPal does take quite a bit of a cut. Wow, I'm getting a lot of super chats. Bug out junkie challenge accepted. Thank you very much. The prepared patriarch. Yeah, I see your super chat north. All right, well, that's fun. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. North Shore does his very late night live chats. I think it's well after 10 p.m. my time. I definitely don't want to step on anybody else's live stream. It's difficult enough to make a live stream any time of the week without it stepping on someone else's. I try not to do that, but it's almost impossible to do. It's almost impossible. So I'm going to try it anyway. But yeah, Disabled and Prepping, how's it going? That's another channel I greatly recommend everyone check out. Have you made it to your 4,000 hour mark yet? And I can say doing live streams will help you get there really fast. So I highly recommend doing live streams to get to your 4,000 hour mark. YouTube requires you to hit 4,000 watch hours in a single year to be able to monetize your channel. So yeah, that's why we try to do that. And that's what the benefit of a live stream is, because you can get a lot of that in a matter of weeks just by doing live streams. One live stream that runs for an hour long with, say, 100 people in it, like I have right now, that's 100 hours right there. So yeah, it's very beneficial to do live streams to get to your watch hour point. Greg, thank you for the super chat. Got your back, brother. I appreciate that. Oh, what is that? ADHD alternatives. That was a thing that I had to read. Thank you for the super chat for the 12 days of quarantine. I'm glad everybody liked most of the people liked my song. There were a couple of outright mean comments on that song. I wasn't trying to sound good. I did try to sound good. I actually re-recorded it several dozen times. Probably not several dozen, at least 16 times, trying to make it sound better because I don't think I sound very good. So yeah, yes, that's what we're doing. Trusting God first. We are definitely trying to send me to singing lessons. So I could use singing lessons. I would probably find that really fun just to have singing lessons. So I've never actually studied it or done anything with it. I just, yeah, I did what I did. That just happened. So it was a recommendation from a friend of mine after he seen the first little clip of a song I had posted, and then a lot of people started posting in the comments of that song that I should do the 12 days. And yeah, so I wrote down lyrics, and I actually wrote down the lyrics for about 2 weeks straight before I got them dialed in to where I wanted them. There's a couple alternatives to a few of those numbers that I excluded. One was 6 dead geese. I think one was 10 tabs of Valium, things like that that just did not get added. So yeah, I had suggestions coming in from friends and family members also. So that was just definitely interesting, very interesting. So yeah, but I thank you guys for all of your support on the song. Yeah, I had fun with it. That's the whole point of it. It wasn't to try to make a number one hit or anything. It was just me having fun. I was, just the idea was given to me and I ran with it. So yeah. If you're over 1,000 subscribers disabled and prepping, you can do mobile live streams using the YouTube app on your phone. And I don't know what to say for an hour either. So I just start reading comments and just going from there. That's why we're doing a free for all tonight. There's sometimes I have a topic and I make notes, I write things down, I try to keep it organized, I try to stay on track, but that never happens. Not, I don't think that's ever happened in a single live stream. It just goes chaotic by the time I'm about the 20-30 minute mark. So yeah, I mean, live streams are really the way to go when it comes to getting your watch hours up there. Also, I recommend longer videos, doing a 15 to 20 minute videos and making a playlist of them, because you can, set your own playlist on a different account to run all night long while you're sleeping, and a lot of other people will be willing to do that for you as well, and that will also boost your hours quite a bit. So just a couple of recommendations there. I can't put the 12 days of quarantine on TikTok because TikTok is 1 minute videos. I'd have to split that up, and I think that video was 4 minutes long. So I would have to split that up into four different videos. But you are not the first person to suggest that I put it on TikTok. I had considered it until I realized that I had to split it four different four different videos on TikTok. Do they do that for songs on TikTok? I'm really not sure. I rarely watch the platform, but yeah. Domestic Gangster is at like 800 subscribers. Gremlins, I challenge you to go over there and make that hit 1,000. Go subscribe to Domestic Gangster. Let's get that up over 1,000 so we can see some live streams. We really should, support all prepping channels, And I know the name doesn't sound very prepping with Domestic Gangster, but believe me, it's a prepping channel. So please give it a go. There's some good content over there. Rip Curl in the house. Colt 45 in the house. How's it going? Uh, Good little gremlins. Rip Curl just called us all good little gremlins. I'll let you guys handle that because I don't think that's an accurate statement, to be honest with you. No, I don't think that's accurate at all. Well, I wasn't apologizing for it. I was just you know giving a disclaimer, I suppose. Yeah, I needed a disclaimer for that video. May make your dog howl. That was one of the comments I got. My dog is howling at your off-key singing. That's what one of my comments was. And somebody outright said, "You suck at singing," was another comment I had gotten. Just going off the top of my head. So, yeah. Oh, well, it doesn't bother me whatsoever. I'm not a professional singer. I mean, I have watched professional singers. They sound really good on audio. They sound really good on the radio. You watch them live and they sound worse than I do. So, yeah, Taylor Swift comes to mind. Just saying. But yeah, there's a lot of professional singers that only got the job because of their looks and not because of their sound, really. So, yeah, it is what it is, right? Thank you, North Shore, for posting that link. There is the link to Domestic Gangster. I greatly encourage everybody to go over there and just flood the chat with gremlin talk. Just, gremlins unite, gremlins are here, or gremlins are taking over, whatever you guys want. But you get the point, right? Yeah, I thought about doing a gospel song as well. I wasn't going to do it as a parody because that would be rude, but I thought about it. It was a consideration, but nah, I don't sing that well. Yeah, I'm getting some messages. So, Guys, in case you haven't gotten the message, I do have some interesting people showing up over on the Discord chat already. So I have made a Discord server. It's called Gremlins Unite. The logo is actually the Gremlins logo that is on the t-shirt. I encourage you to come over if you want to continue the chat. I can't be on it 24/7, obviously, but I will definitely continue the chat after the premieres and things like that in the mornings. And yeah, the link for my Discord server is in the description. I do have a couple of mods over there already, so be careful. They got Troll Patrol over there. I know a few Discord servers that have been actually banned. Ice Age Farmer comes to mind. His Discord server was banned from Discord. So we'll try to keep it on a not getting banned note. I mean, I don't want to censor anybody. I don't care what you say. There's only like 2 words in my whole YouTube channel that are blocked, and I'm not going to utter those words on this. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And try to show respect to your fellow gremlins over in the gremlin chat. Kevin Grip, thank you. I do have endeavors. Fixing my vehicle is an endeavor. Discord is a chat program, basically a text chat program. It's similar to Skype, except for on Discord, you can have multiple different rooms for multiple different topics. So the only room we have currently is general chat, but I will probably make a room for the Indiana Mag group and various other things as needed. But yeah, it will definitely be an as needed basis when it comes to making additional rooms in different chat areas in that particular program. You can also use it for voice chat. There is a voice chat room in there, and you can use Discord on a personal basis to do video calls with people as well. So it's a very good platform. It was originally designed for gamers and gamer groups, but it's been taken over by a lot of other people, including prepper channels. So yeah, I know Alaska Prepper has a very large Discord server, with probably about, I'm looking at it right now, about 100 people have joined his Discord server. So yeah, it's a completely free platform. You can download it on Android, iOS, or you can download the program to your PC. You actually don't have to download anything if you don't want to. You can log in through your web browser as well. So that works in a number of different ways. I actually have Discord on my cell phone, so I will definitely be able to keep that going. And while I'm looking at my cell phone, I want to, there it goes. I'm not going to mention your name because I don't think your name is the same in my PayPal as it is on my YouTube here. So thank you for the donation to my PayPal. You know who you are. I greatly appreciate it. PayPal definitely is a lot cheaper of a platform than YouTube. YouTube takes, their share. Let's just put it that way. Bug out junkie. So I'm considered a nation gremlin prepping bug out junkie. Okay, so yeah, Prepper Nation and Gremlins Unite. That we need a T-shirt. We'll have to see if I can get John to do a T-shirt collaboration on just that. That would be interesting. Alaska Prepper had asked me to make a T-shirt for him, actually. So I had done it and sent it to him. I don't think he has seen it yet because he's busy for the holidays, but that's the first attempt. Hopefully that one works out. Otherwise, I'll be editing it somewhat. Hello, everyone that has just shown up. We are at 112 in the chat, 85 likes. I encourage you to help us fight the algorithm by hitting one of those buttons, thumbs up, thumbs down. If there was a middle finger button, I would encourage that as well. But yeah, I would really prefer it if they would add a middle finger button, because there's quite a few channels that I would encourage use of that button and use myself. But yeah, I'm not going to name names. There's no point in that. Nation and Gremlins are like first cousins. That doesn't sound right. I mean, there's a lot of people. Okay, I'm not going to make Kentucky jokes. No Kentucky jokes. Bad Grim. Yeah. Anyway. Greg, you know all the Kentucky jokes. You're from Indiana as well, so I'm sure you know the Kentucky jokes that we have up here for down there. So, all right, I'll go into one Kentucky joke. I was driving a semi truck. This has nothing to do with cousins. Okay, maybe. But anyway, I was driving a semi truck and I had a really good friend. He has since passed away, but he was also a truck driver. We went to truck driving school together and he lived in Kentucky. Now, this was back when I first started driving trucks and I still followed sports. So we always had a little rivalry going when our two sports teams would play against each other. And one day I was driving and I had crossed into Kentucky and I stopped at a truck stop and I was done driving for the day. And I sent him a text and said I had just entered Kentucky where the speed limit and my IQ both dropped to 55. And I suddenly wanted to go, wished I had a sister. That's what it was. I suddenly wished I had a sister. So, yeah. And that was my Kentucky joke. So, yeah. Anyway, he wasn't too appreciative of that joke. I'll just leave it there. So. I think he resembled that remark. But anyway, he's passed away, so I can say whatever I want now. And yeah, it was a sad day when he left, and I won't go into how that occurred, but yeah, it was definitely not an intentional thing or a natural thing. So yeah, yeah, oh well. James, your wife thought she was clean or was helping you clean your Jeep or cleaned your Jeep and left your door open and it killed your battery. I hope you have jumper cables or one of those little battery jump thing, battery charger type deals that you can use to recharge it. That would definitely be helpful. It's definitely a good prep to have. They have those jump starters, so you can buy them from various stores. I do not recommend Walmart, but you can buy them from Amazon, various other places, auto parts stores, obviously. And if you keep it charged, you just plug that thing in your battery, give it a couple minutes, and start your vehicle. And it's very useful to keep as a prep type kit in your vehicle. I don't have one. I don't. I have jumper cables. I'm old school because, yeah. Brett, let me see if I got your email. I have not looked at my email in about a day, and it's gotten really kind of messy. Really messy. It really has. I got a lot of them I got to go through. Definitely got a lot of them. Yep, I do have your email. Yeah, I seen it. And I will read it as soon as the live stream is over. So sorry for the delay on that. It's just been one of those kind of weeks where I just can't get to everything. I mean, I was saying in the chat before the live stream started that I'm taking applications for a volunteer research team. If anybody wants to help me out with research, kind of like Bear Independent has, formulate a morning report type of thing, I would definitely read it, use it, post it on videos, and give you guys all the credit for it, because I'm not like Steve Jobs, who makes the scientists do all the work while he just comes up with the ideas. That was a joke. I hope nobody's, yeah, I don't care. But anyway, yeah, that's just a joke. Poor Steve Jobs. If he was still around, Apple would be a better company. So yeah, Marfoogle is a very good news platform. Sometimes some of their videos go a little off the rails for my taste, but I still follow Marfoogle and watch as much as I can. It's odd to, it's really hard just to watch all the videos. Like I got to be subscribed to close to 200 prepper channels currently. And I've always said that if every prepping channel would subscribe to each other, we would all have 50,000 subscribers. Hutch, it will not let me show your comment. It just keeps saying error every time I hit the show button. So maybe retry. Maybe retry. It's a very funny comment. I don't understand why YouTube's blocking it at all. I'm going to read it anyway. Hutch Homestead says, if people don't sub to Prepper Days, Dusty Data, and Mama's Legacy, or is it Mama's Legacy, I will make a puppy cry. So, yeah, we don't want Hutch making puppies cry. So, definitely go over and subscribe to those channels. Disabled and prepping got kicked out of Woodsman. I don't know what that store is yesterday because of no mask. However, I've been in there several times without a mask, no problems until yesterday. Yeah, it's getting worse everywhere. I was in a local store not too long ago, and there were two county sheriffs in there. Neither one of them had a mask on. So, yeah, wanted to shake their hand, but I don't like authority figures that much. So, yeah, I was just happy to see it, though. But, yeah, it's definitely getting worse everywhere. I've heard of a lot of rural areas a lot of small towns in the middle of nowhere that nobody ever has worn a mask, and now they're starting to try to force people to do it even in the rural areas. I mean, yeah, I think it should be a choice. I don't think it should be mandated. If the mask works so well and you're wearing it, why are you worried about someone else not wearing it? So, I mean, it's supposed to protect you, right? So, yeah, that would be awesome. ADHD alternatives. I would definitely be very grateful if you could share some of the research. I would definitely use it for sure. My email is in the description. I would also would like anyone who's very organized. I am not a very organized person. I have my own system of organization, which is, put it where I remember I left it until somebody cleans it. Doesn't work out very well for other people. Works out well for me. But yeah, I definitely need somebody to organize data into a singular report type of thing. That's really the goal. I would also use that for a newsletter as well. I would post a weekly newsletter with a lot of the information from the report. And yeah, just try to make sure everybody's staying up to date. Speaking of staying up to date, I have a alternate YouTube channel called Grim Survival BC, which stands for backup channel, and I have all of my Bible study videos as of today uploaded to it. Every single one of them. That was tedious, to say the least. But they are there, and from now on, I will be posting the Bible studies on both channels simultaneously. So they'll go up on both of them at the same time. I do not monetize any of those videos, so it doesn't, bother me to put it on a channel that is not monetized. And yeah, I don't mind at all. So I'm going to keep putting them there. The reason I did that was in case this channel gets deleted, I don't want to lose all the Bible studies. So I have them there. I'm going to try to get them all uploaded to Rumble or BitChute as well. So yeah, wish me luck because, like I said, it's tedious. Epoch Times. I think I said that right. Yeah, I have read a few of their. I think it's an email. I think I have emails from them, so I read them a few times, or maybe it's their website. I don't remember right offhand, but I have seen some information coming out of there. I also follow SOTT.net. They have some pretty interesting news. Rebel News is a good alternative news network. Also, Marfugal obviously is a good alternative news network, but I mean, news in general comes from somewhere, and it goes through several people before it gets to us. So you always have to take news, no matter where it comes from, with a grain of salt, because you just never know. I mean, how much it's been manipulated before you actually see it, or before the person who's giving it to you actually sees it. So you just never know. So your beard is a mask. That's a good one. You should definitely get a shirt that says that and just see how that works out. But yeah, I mean, that is a good point. If anybody has a really big beard, big bushy beard, the mask is not effective for that person at all because it can't seal around their face. So yeah, I do have one mask on my Teespring store, one, and it says licking doorknobs since 2020. It's the only mask I have on there. The only reason I made it was a request by somebody. So yeah, I've only actually had one person, the person who requested it, buy that particular mask. But I thought it was funny enough that, and they did it because they're forced to wear a mask at their job. So yeah, I mean, if you're forced to wear a mask at your job, I recommend wearing the rudest one possible. Just saying. I mean, that obviously is not the rudest mask possible, but it's funny, in my opinion. I thought it was funny anyway. Mm, trusting God is going to wear a kiss my butt shirt. Then when they ask if they read the sign on the door, tell them once they do what your shirt says, then you will put on the mask. So you literally want people to like get down on a knee, and you're going to turn around, and yeah, I'm not going that far. Just no. Metal for breakfast. Welcome back. Thank you, Maria. Maria Beers. I like that name. I need some beers too. But thank you for joining the channel. I appreciate the subscription and being here, because I just hit 3,000 subscribers. That is just, mind-boggling to me. So I will definitely keep the videos coming tomorrow morning. Like I said earlier, I do have a news compilation video that's going to be online. Hopefully it stays online because YouTube doesn't like those types of videos. They demonetize them. They do all kinds of things to them, and yeah. But I will probably end up posting it on Rumble, but I've been having issues with Rumble as well. They have also been demonetizing the news videos. So thanks, Rumble. I thought they were a good alternative platform, and I'm kind of questioning that now. So yeah, just saying. Just kind of questioning that. So yeah. Oh well. Um yeah. So right now, currently I'm at 3,007 subscribers, which was really odd what YouTube had done because I was at 2,995 one day, and then I checked it like 5 minutes later because I was doing stuff and I hit the refresh button and it had dropped like 50 subscribers off of there, and then it went back up to 95 again, and then it dropped back down in the 80s, and then it went up to 29.99, and basically it stayed there for like hours and hours and hours, and I checked it just before the live stream and I was over 3,000. So yeah, that was definitely interesting. Yeah, YouTube is just playing games with their algorithm is what it really is. So yeah, thanks YouTube. But yep, 3,000 mark. I couldn't believe it, really. I figured it would just keep going down after I was singing on a video. I'm like, yeah, there ain't no way I'm going to keep my subscribers after this. All I got to do is start talking about the Bible and it goes down. Speaking of talking about the Bible, I've been following a channel called Following Yeshua. Following Yeshua, and it's spelled YAHSUA, Following Yeshua. Very interesting channel, a lot of interesting content if you are into Bible study type things. So I was following his live stream yesterday, and I will continue to do so for sure. So yeah, that's basically what my channel did. It dropped 50 subscribers in probably less than 5 minutes. So it's YouTube. It has to be YouTube. I don't understand how the algorithm really works. It seems to be an algorithm based on whatever they feel like doing at any particular time. Just that's what it seems like to me. So yeah. Prepping 101 says so people wear masks, they cough, droplets hit the floor. Your shoes pick up the germs. So, do these people sanitize their shoes? I don't think so, and probably not. No, you got to sanitize your shoes. I mean, you're walking through a store or walking through wherever you go. Obviously, there's germs everywhere. Everything you touch has germs. Everything has, a potential to have a virus on it, including the floor. So, yeah, yeah. Metal for Breakfast. That's a channel I will check out right after the live stream. I will. I will try. If you have a link for it, North Shore, if you have a link for it, post it, please, so I can find it. We do need germs. We do. If we didn't have any germs, when one came along, we would all die. We need germs. It's good for our immune systems. It just is. And viruses are the same way. That's why you get. I mean, they haven't even cured the cold yet, and we've had it for what, 1,000 years or more. And they're trying to cure this newest thing in a matter of months with some kind of miracle shot. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Come back here. There we go, Hutch. I got your got your comment showed this time. Yeah, I agree with your comment, Hutch. I'm not reading it though. I'm not. It's funny. I agree. James Hoggle, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't think we cured the flu yet either. I mean, if we cured it, why do they give us a new vax every year or try to? I've never taken it personally, but why do they try to give us a new vax every year? They haven't ever cured anything that I'm aware of. They have lessened it and they have managed the symptoms of it, but they've never cured it because there's no money in a cure. A drug dealer makes his money on the comeback, on the return business. So keep that in mind when you think of a cure. So yeah, there's no cure. There's never going to be a cure. So yeah, it's very similar. This new thing is very similar to the flu. It's very similar. in the fact that it will continue to mutate and it will never go away. Never go away. I mean, if it could go away, then we wouldn't have flu right now. So, yeah. Thank you for posting that link, North Shore Metal for Breakfast. I just subscribed to you. I have the ability to do that. Metal for Breakfast only has 78 subscribers. We need more gremlins over there. We do. Lots more gremlins. Chicken pox parties? What was a chicken pox party? I've had the chicken pox a long, long time. I was probably 8 or 9 years old when I had it. So, yeah, it was itchy. That's all I remember. And I was told not to itch it, but it itches. How can I not itch it? And yeah, I don't. Yeah. Anyway, what's a chicken pox party? I don't get it. So I'm curious, metal for breakfast. Do you actually eat metal for breakfast? Because I technically do. Technically, I cook most of everything in a cast iron. And when I had blood work done from the doctor, they said my iron levels were really good. And I'm like, well, that's because everything I eat comes from a cast iron skillet or cast iron Dutch oven or whatever. Cast iron, nonetheless. Yeah, I agree, Joe. It is the purpose to weaken everyone by making everyone either sick or making everyone afraid to get sick. It's definitely one of those types of things. So they used to get all the kids together to catch chickenpox all at once just to be done with it. That's an interesting thing to do. That is very interesting. But yeah, social distancing, they're not going to let us do that. Let's not go into prison pockets in this live stream. Come on now. We covered that topic. We're good. We have all the information we need. Let's just leave it there. I never had it twice. I didn't think it was possible to get it twice. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely not a medical expert. Anything I tell you, question it. Question it twice because I'm not a medical expert. I know medical experts. I follow medical experts and I know what they tell me and then I repeat it. That's how that works. So, yeah, I am definitely not an expert. I mean, my medical kit as for when it comes to my bug out bags that I have and most of my family have, medical kit is not very substantial. I've wanted one of Bear Independence medical kits. Somebody should get him to send me one for a late gift because why not? I'm very curious to see when Bear Independent goes on the Angry Prepper channel. That is going to be one of the most interesting live streams ever. So I will be watching that for sure. I hope I don't miss it. But even if I miss it, I'll watch it later. But I'm going to try not to miss it. I think I got a Angry Prepper's microphone situation worked out. I think I helped him with that, and it's been fixed because I remember watching a lot of his live interviews where he was really quiet and the guy he was interviewing was really loud. So I think we were able to even it out when I showed up. Tech support on the way, right? Yeah, one of Bear's kits would be awesome. I would even like the little bitty kit he has. What is he? The Bear Mini or something like that? The mini kit. I forget the name of it. I should remember it because he advertises it in almost every single live stream he does. So I should remember it. Bare Minimum. That's what it's called. And yeah, he's started his own medical gear company now. So he's actually has a legitimate company that he's now selling everything from. And I forget the name of that also. I'm bad with names. I can remember Bob. Yeah, poor Bob. Uh, yeah, building my own kit would be a lot cheaper. I've considered doing that as well. I have a few pouches that I'm not using currently that I would be able to add pretty much everything from Bear's kit to my pouch if I was to acquire all the things in it. And you could do that on a weekly or bi-weekly or whenever you get paid type basis and just add a couple of little things at a time instead of trying to buy. I don't know how much these things are. I know they're very expensive. But Bear on the good side of that will replace the contents of his kit if you use it to save somebody's life. So, yeah, I don't know how often that would happen, but he has reported several times it has happened already. So that's a good thing. Bear also has the ability and the means and does give out free copies of this book. If for some reason you can't afford this book or can't find this book, you can contact Bear. He has emails and some of his Bible description or Bible study videos about how he will give you one of these books if you don't have one. So definitely something to look into if you're interested but can't find or afford the book. It's a good book. I greatly recommend it. Yeah, there is a lot of controversial information coming out of Nashville right now about a lot of different things. The information that I have been researching today, which will be added to the compilation video tomorrow, is saying that a woman on the phone who lived right across the street in an apartment was hearing the what sounded like a firefight, several shots, and then opened a window and seen the RV parked there and could hear a message being played over loudspeakers from the RV saying that there is an explosive device in this vehicle, evacuate. And then it started giving a countdown timer, and yeah, and then you know what happened after that. So, and then just today, a little while ago, they found a rented box van. I think it was, you know, like a U-Haul rider type box van that was playing a very similar message, they said. And they have currently shut down some highways in Tennessee. And yeah, they are investigating that. It's an ongoing investigation from what I know so far. So there's a lot of interesting information coming out of that area. Also, Angry Prepper had posted a video about, I don't know, it was about 2 hours ago at this point, possibly an hour, 2 hours, that said that New York is on high alert right now. New York City, they are preparing for similar occurrences there. So if you are in the New York area, definitely just keep your eyes open. He says he personally doesn't believe it's going to happen. I don't personally believe it's going to happen, but I've also heard that several other things similar to that Nashville happened already in other cities. So it is possible. It's always possible, though. It's always possible. So just keep that in mind. If you live in any big city or near any big city, just pay attention to your surroundings at all times. You should be doing this anyway, but even more so when things are blowing up all around you. So yeah, you know, right? You know, there are NSA servers in New York. Yeah, that would be an interesting target. They're saying they're not sure the AT&T building was actually the target. I don't see how it wasn't. And I've heard that a 200-mile radius around Nashville currently there is no cell service if you have AT&T. I've heard that. I don't know how accurate it is, but it's just what I've heard. Christina, how's it going? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you can make it. So the second truck they found had no explosives. It was just a recording. So it was somebody just being a you know what. So yeah. Anyway, uh, the video I saw was actually the RV parked outside of the AT&T building, but it is very well possible that it came from within. I mean, as controlled as it was and how little damage it actually did. I mean, if anybody remembers way back when the Oklahoma City thing, if anybody remembers that, in comparison, there was not that much damage done with this latest event. So if it would make sense if it was inside the building and not outside of the building in the actual truck, like they had said. So that is very well possible. It would make a lot of sense, being, like I said, that there was minimal damage from an explosive standpoint, minimal damage done in the area. Rip Curl says, I just reported an old rough van style RV that has been sitting out in the mall parking lot all by itself and no movement or lights on. Been there all night and all day. That's really interesting. Don't most malls have security? I mean, I tried to park a semi truck in a mall that had been closed for a couple of hours before I got there, and security came up to me 5 minutes after I sat in their parking lot and told me to leave. So yeah, most malls have some kind of security. I would think that they would be looking into that. I would assume anyway. Eric King, good evening. Good evening to all the gremlins that are just joining us. Wow, we're already almost 50 minutes into this. See, disabled and prepping, that's what I was saying. I didn't even realize 50 minutes had gone by already, and I hadn't been saying much of anything. I'm just really responding to comments. So, live streams, that's how you're going to get your hours up there. Live streams. Prepping 101, send all the links you want. I will try to get to them probably by tomorrow. I do have a lot of emails to go through after I get off of the live stream. You could also join me over on my Discord server. And yeah, somebody's sending me a weird message. Oh, yeah, that's cute. All right, I'll show you this. It's just a picture I got, came from that direction. And this is going to be Minnie Grimm with her first vehicle right there. That's Minnie Grimm. That's her first vehicle. So I just figured I'd show you that picture right there. So that's my little Minnie Grimm. Never been on a video. Not sure if she ever will, but that was the first image ever posted online. Yeah, we don't even post images on Facebook or anything like that because we don't use it. So yeah, Rip Curl, I think I would definitely, if there's an odd vehicle sitting in a mall parking lot, I would probably let the local, if I lived near it, I would let the local authorities probably check that out as well. Typically, I wouldn't involve authorities in anything I do typically because nope. But yeah, if I'm concerned about something exploding near me, then I would make an exception to that rule. Yeah, she's a little character. I'll tell you, she definitely has a lot of interesting things to say. She is going to be 2 years old on the 15th of next month. So yeah, definitely a little character already. Talks up a storm. Can't understand half of what she says, but she talks up a storm for sure. Yeah, that's an interesting thought, Alan. That is a very interesting thought. Are they setting something up for a bigger event? I mean, because Nashville happened Christmas morning around between 5:30 and 6 a.m. Reports I'm seeing now says that police and other authorities were on the scene before it actually blew. So yeah, somebody said that it's actually going to be in the news compilation video that's going to be up in the morning. Some phone call said that they had seen an officer walking around the RV that was parked in front of the AT&T building, probably about 30 minutes before it went off. So obviously they were just waiting to see what happened. I'm not really sure why they didn't involve the bomb squad before it went off if they were already there. So yeah. Yeah, mini gremlin, my gremlin multiplied. Yeah, I have a couple of gremlins lurking around now, so I have multiple gremlins. Yeah, I agree, Rip. I really do. There's definitely a lot more happening than what we were being told. There's always a lot more happening than what we were being told, especially when it comes to foreign affairs, a government, just doing whatever they do. There is a lot happening that we never know about. There's a lot of technology that they have that we have never seen before. I mean, there's a lot of theories right now. Not there's actually a little bit of evidence to this that if they would release some of the technology they had, we wouldn't be dependent on fossil fuels such as gasoline and oil anymore. Nuclear power plants, coal power plants, things like that, that they actually have the technology for more unlimited types of energy that's clean energy, but they will not release it because it would just outright hurt the large corporations that own such technology. So, this isn't anything to take it with a grain of salt. Like I always say, question everything, but it's possible. In my opinion, it's very possible. I wouldn't put it past them to have a lot of technology that we are just unaware of, a lot of it. So yeah, prepare for the lights, TV, internet, power, etc. to go out. Yep, he can't say more, but there was another event that happened as well that was tied to Nashville. And this goes right back to last week's reading of the book. of the Borrowed World series, because that's basically how that starts. Basically, a terrorist attack shuts down large amounts of the power grid, damages oil refineries, and pretty much brings the country to a grinding halt. It's very possible to happen. It was a very real scenario that was he had put in that book. The book obviously is not a real based on a true story type book, but it's definitely based on possibilities. So yeah, I encourage anyone who hasn't read it to do that because you will get some good insights on it. And I will be discussing the second book probably next Sunday's live stream. I intend to do that. I have read all the way to the first 7 books. I believe it was the first 7 books. I think there's 8 books in the series, if I remember correctly. So, Bomb Squad, probably hard to get out of bed on Christmas morning. Probably right. That's probably why they were just sectioning off the area. As far as I know, only one body was found. They believe it was the actual person who had set the bomb. And the other people, I think there was 3 people that were injured that were probably in the apartment that was right across the street. So, yeah. The book is the first book in the series is called A Borrowed World. It's the Borrowed World series written by Franklin Horton. And how I remembered that, I don't know. I did have the cover image somewhere on my computer I used for the thumbnail in my last Sunday's live stream where I talked about the first book. I didn't go into too many details of the first book because I kind of gave short notice and I didn't want to ruin it for anybody who was still reading it. So, yeah, I don't leave the house without a sidearm. I don't carry anything larger typically when I use the house, mainly because the larger thing I have isn't done being built yet. I am attempting to finish that, but it's not currently in the budget, especially with my brakes going out in my vehicle. Yeah, I definitely have to fix the brakes in my vehicle. That's going to be a fun one. Definitely fun. It's leaking brake fluid all over the place. And yeah, last time I drove it, I pushed the brakes really hard to get it to stop. I mean, the brake pedal went all the way down, and that's a first. So yeah, it's leaking. Not good. It's lost its seals, obviously. Yep. Don't leave the house without a boomstick. Something I greatly recommend for everyone, especially in modern times. When my body armor arrives, I will not be leaving the house without that either. It will definitely go with me. I got a small one from AR 500 Armors, and I will definitely be wearing it under a jacket. Joe, I am only missing the upper half of it. That the lower half has been completed. The upper half is what I'm missing. So yeah, upper receiver. I don't have any parts for it at all. And yeah, that's what I'm missing. Now, that being said, I do have one that was completed several years ago. Several years ago. The other one I was intending to use for a vehicle or my go bag. I was going to make it with a 10-inch barrel so that it could fit in there. So, yeah, uppers are about 300. I found them at several places for the similar price, but yeah, still not in the budget currently. I have lost my job a couple of months ago, and I've been on unemployment since then, and unemployment got cut off last week. So, yeah, I've been applying for jobs all over the place. I've been applying for warehouse jobs, work from home jobs. I'm not trying to apply for any kind of a restaurant because I'm not good with people. But yeah, Disabled and Prepping asked if I heard about the bump cap, and no, I have not. What is that? Situational awareness. Yes, Hutch, I agree. Josh Connor in the house. How's it going? Troll Patrol has arrived a little late, but better than never. Thanks for coming, man. Yeah, we are almost an hour into this, so I'll take any questions for the next, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or so, and then I will be on my way. I do have the video I'm making from the morning. I have to still edit that out. I have most of the clips recorded that I plan to use, and now I just got to put it all together. So that's about an hour's process, maybe a little longer, depending on how much editing really it needs, because there is a few things I have to cut out and a few things that have to be put in and this and that, and yeah. Homestead Oz says back again, got cut off in Australia. You guys be prepared for the lack of communications. I agree. We can't even load a video here the last 3 days. Be warned. That's concerning. That is very concerning. It seems to me, from my point of view and the things I heard, that whatever happens in Australia happens in the United States a little while later. So keep that in mind. The UK Prime Minister the other day completely locked everybody down again. He shut down all non essential businesses. He limited outdoor social gatherings to 2 people. Yeah, Visine. Some Visine before I went live. Probably would need a lot of Visine if I was anywhere near you, Hutch. Just saying. So another thing that's going to be in the news video I'll talk about quickly is China. China is actually doing gene splicing and genetic manipulation of their military, trying to make them more resistant to certain types of weather and make them stronger. This was actually posted on mainstream media. This came from the U.S. government. They are actually doing this. Keep that in mind. Everybody says I'm buffering. Not on my end. Can anybody still hear me? Or have I said too much and they've shut me down? I mean, it's possible. They like to shut people down. Really odd. Yeah, I would definitely prepare for communication outages, because the best way you can divide people and cause a mass panic is to cut off all communications, your internet, your phone, all of it. If it happens, I mean, we're not going to be able to talk back and forth on here, obviously, but I mean, even people that live near each other, you're going to need alternate means of communication. The first and cheapest recommendation is ham radio. You can get a ham radio, a Baofeng ham radio, on Amazon for $20-$25. You can find them even cheaper on eBay sometimes. Express shipping, because we just don't know what's happening. But I can tell you, I got a very bad feeling about it. I do. Discord. Yeah, Discord. I got quite a few messages coming in on Discord. I can't read them all yet. Somebody's talking about pizza cookies. I will get to reading Discord after the live stream. So, yeah, anybody who wants to join the Discord server, the link is the first thing you'll see in the description of this particular live stream. So, yeah. Just check Prepping 101. Check the description. First thing at the very top, that's the Discord link. Zulu time, one time for the entire world. I've heard things about that, actually. So that's an interesting concept. I don't think it would work very well, but it is an interesting concept. Time has generally been based on the position of the sun, and how could it be noon here and noon somewhere else at the same time when it's completely dark outside? So I just don't see how that would work, but hey, I wouldn't put it past them. They'll try. Ham radio is definitely the way to go. Now, for long range communications, shortwave is a long forgotten thing that is definitely needed to be looked into by preppers. Shortwave, I mean, I remember way back in the day when shortwave, they were talking to people overseas with that particular platform. So it's definitely something to look into. So yeah, there is a lot of. So the military uses Zulu time now, have for years, probably to coordinate better, I would assume. But yeah, I will definitely look into that more, for sure. We do need a frequency of our own, something we could discuss over on the Discord platform for sure. We might need a room for radio communications, for that matter. Frequencies, you got to be careful with ham radio. If there's certain frequencies, a lot of frequencies on ham radio, you're not allowed to use without a license. Yeah, but there are a lot of frequencies you still can use without a license, so keep that in mind also. Grim antennas. That sounds interesting. What would that look like? A gremlin holding a big stick, like a grim antenna? That's what came to mind. So I don't know. 1904 here. Let me see if I can remember military time. So seven, what is it, 500 or something like that? Oh 04 to oh 05 now. I think it was five. Yeah. Eric King asks, how do I feel about using handheld police scanners, walkie talkies, and CBs for getting information when SHTF really gets worse? Scanners, most scanners cannot detect police band radio anymore. They have digital radios they use that are encrypted, and without specialized technology, you cannot pick those up. You still can pick up, especially in rural areas, a lot of EMT and things like that. Homeland Security has their own frequency that they'll broadcast nationwide if anybody has access to that. Um, Definitely a thing to do. You can usually get information just by having a battery powered FM radio, a standard FM radio. You'll get a lot of information about whatever's happening around you from that source, but you got to keep in mind where the source of that comes from is going to be, government regulated. If you just think back to Germany in the 1940s, they were regulating all communications of the time period, including newspapers, any kind of radio talk, anything like that. It was very, very regulated. They're doing very similar things right now in Australia. There's a lot of things you just can't say. If you do it, you will get in a lot of trouble. And I'm talking jail time type trouble. This is definitely censorship and propaganda. It's what is it's what the world has become, censorship and propaganda. It's happening everywhere. And now we're starting to see these little localized attacks happening in multiple places, from what I'm being told. It's getting worse. Prepare for the worst. I was asked in a comment, I think it was earlier today, if I think there's going to be a conflict in the streets. I think we have already been seeing that for several years now. It's just it's not widespread. It happens in little localized events, but it is getting worse. So be prepared. Be prepared for any situation. Be prepared for absolutely every situation if you can, which is not, possible for anybody on a budget, but for any situation that you can come up with. The biggest situation that you could be prepared for is a nationwide grid down power outage type scenario. This is probably one of the most important things to prepare for. Government has done studies that says 90% of the population will not survive 1 year of a grid down situation. 90% of the population. And that is of the United States population. But that would also be, probably very similar worldwide. So prepare for grid down situations. It's, in my opinion, the number one most important thing. If you can survive like it's the 1800s and there's no power, then you will be doing a much better job than 90% of the population. North Shore Preparedness says, in my trade, we call it EW or electronic warfare. Scramble the others broadcasts. I agree. This could very well be happening from other countries. China comes to mind. They have been talking about a lot of issues with China and Russia hacking certain things, hacking telecommunications. Now we're seeing AT&T getting bombed. I mean, this could very well be other countries starting, the initial stages of what could be something very big. If that happens, we will see a camaraderie. The United States will come together as a people once again. So, there's always an upside to everything, right? Gene W says, Augustin Farms, number 10 cans of freeze dried vegetable stew is on sale on Amazon right now. That is a very good price. Now that you said that, they're probably sold out. John over at Prepper Nation, what was it, at a local store called Rule King, posted a very good deal they were having on some buckets of food recently. And by the time I got there 5 minutes later, they were sold out. I could not even get one. They were gone. He definitely sold them out. He should get, a commission for that. But yeah. Yep, scrambling broadcast is easy. I wouldn't know too much about it personally. I have not done a lot of research into any kind of broadcasting other than putting myself on the camera in front of YouTube. So, yeah, that's my extent of my broadcasting knowledge. Although I used to do radio broadcast, but that was also online radio. But yeah, I was good at it. I liked doing radio broadcasts. Yes, I very much remember when social media did not exist. It could be say it was a better time period. I could say that. I would believe that personally. Um, yeah, I remember when computers didn't exist also, and I'm not quite 40 yet, but I remember it. Well, I guess technically when I was 3 years old, we had a Commodore 64. It was a computer. So I guess technically I don't remember when computers didn't exist. MySpace. I remember MySpace. I don't think any online platform is very viable for communication whatsoever, no matter what the platform is, just because it's very easy to shut down the internet. It's very easy. They flip a switch somewhere and it's done. You don't have any internet, and then you're not getting online no matter what the platform is. So I just, the best communication you can have is going to be through personal radios, although they have devices that can scramble those too. So even then it's kind of an iffy thing. The military uses a universal hand signal, something I have looked into before actually. So there are universal hand signals for long distance, visual communication. Does anybody know how to do smoke signals? Because if not, you might want to learn. Now's the time. So yeah, I remember old TVs. They weren't black and white, but I remember the dial where the kid was the remote. I was the remote, and it's like, hey, go put it on channel 3, go put it on channel 5. Things like that. I remember those times. Yeah. Yes, the internet is controlled by the government. It really is. It is very much so. If you think you do anything online, including your cryptocurrency, without somebody watching that, you're wrong. I'm just saying you're wrong because they do. They can track anything you do online, no matter what it is. They can track it. They really can. I never had MySpace actually. I wasn't big into social media when social media was first becoming a thing. So I never actually did the MySpace thing. I remember it though because it was very popular for about 10 minutes. Facebook, I think, put it out of business. Now, computer technology is used on pretty much everything, including most modern vehicles. You have computer controlled fuel injection, you have computer controlled transmissions. Computers basically control the whole planet right now. It's not a good scenario if the computers start going offline. I mean, it's just not a good scenario. Everything will stop. Absolutely everything will stop. You can use ham radios on certain frequencies without a license. And why you need a license, in my opinion, is so they can track you. Same reason you need a conceal and carry license, although you shouldn't have to have one because you have a Second Amendment right to carry it, but they still make you get the license. So I think the license is just a means of tracking. There are, on the other hand, certain frequencies you can use with a ham radio. You can still tune in to two-way radio frequencies, and two-way radio frequencies are available for anyone to use. That's the frequencies they use on the walkie-talkies. You can buy these at any department store, and you can just talk on them. You don't need a license for those. So if you just put your ham radio on the same frequency, which you can find online, you can still use it. So something to consider if you're practicing with your ham radios. Definitely set up frequencies that are not on the two-way radio channels because those will be flooded by, just about everybody, and definitely easier to track because they're very common. But you can practice with those frequencies. So you practice, code words or whatever you're wanting to practice with your ham radio on your radio frequencies, and then you set up a different alternate frequency that's going to be a little harder to find for when SHTF happens. In emergency grid down type situations, all the licenses that you have needed for everything, including driving, go straight out the window. But then you have to look into the talk now about them trying to force everyone to have a vax passport. This is a thing that I'm going to post tomorrow in the news video, but they are trying to get everyone on a vax passport to say that you are immune. If anybody has seen the movie Songbird, I have. Very similar to that is what they're discussing right now. So it's probably going to be a thing, and they're saying that you can be stopped and checked crossing any border, which I assume, and they didn't outright say it, but I assume it meant state lines, not just international borders. Trump just tweeted he would see in DC on the 6th. Don't miss it. More info to come. Yeah, I wonder what's happening also. Probably an announcement that, I'm not allowed to say on YouTube because they'll outright ban me for it. But I would assume it has something to do with his administration not leaving. That's my assumption. Don't take my word for it. It's just an assumption. 15% left. Hutch is out. Thank you for coming, Hutch. Definitely go check out Hutch Homestead. Very interesting channel. Follow that greenhouse build because he's building one. And yeah, I definitely should go over there and help him with that. So thank you, Hutch, for showing up. I'm going to give this just a couple more minutes. So if anybody has a question, please let me know. Yeah, I am. I knew that about in Canada, you're not allowed to carry. You're only limited to certain hunting type of firearms, which I believe single shot shotguns and rifles, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, I could discuss other means to acquire them, but I won't. I can't do that on this particular live stream. Yeah, he might talk about the bill he did not sign, but he's already talked about that. He already put out a press release on that, a long video at the end of it. He said that if he allowed that to go through, it would make it very hard for the next administration. And who knows, it might be me. That's what he actually said. So, yeah, I'm thinking that it might be a little more than that, personally. Private sales or barter. Now, I'm not sure that you could even do private sales like that in Canada either. I think those are pretty well banned as well. My suggestion is build it yourself. There's a lot of videos online on how to do such things. Build it yourself. And yeah, definitely. Oh, he tweeted good news coming about the bill. Now that's good. Yeah, I could definitely use a stimulus check to get vehicles fixed for sure. I might actually trade that thing in because it's been having a lot of problems. It has a lot of rust damage up underneath of it. So I would definitely consider, taking a stimulus check in my broken vehicle and getting something that runs a little better. It went up to 4,000. Last I heard, he wanted 2,000 for each individual. I'll take the 4 though. I'll take the 4 for sure. Exactly, Greg. If you build it, who will know? Everybody on my YouTube channel, because I built one and I told everybody about it. So just don't broadcast the information like I did, and then nobody could possibly know. Nobody could know. So, yeah, it's not hard to do. It really isn't. It's not hard to do. It's just a matter of acquiring certain tools and parts. But I said it in my video this morning that you can actually build one using a file and a miniature saw on your multi-tool. You can definitely do it. Now, when I say build, I mean take a hunk of plastic that's already in the generalized shape that you need and carve it into the correct shape. And then, I don't know how regulated Canada is on their parts, but I know from the United States, we can have certain things mailed to us, including a lot of different parts. So it may be something to look into. If anybody is skilled with metal work, if you know how to work with metal, you can build the whole thing from nothing yourself. I mean, they used to do it way back. I mean, they still do it now, but that's how all of them were invented to begin with. Somebody in a garage with some metal put it together, and that's all it is. It's not a complicated machine. It's not like trying to put together one of these. It doesn't have nearly as much technology in it, and it doesn't have that many working, moving parts. And as a matter of fact, the less moving parts it has, the better off you are. So, yeah, build one. Yeah, it's very easy to build a single shot. Very easy. You can technically do it with a hammer and a barrel. Technically. Now, I wouldn't recommend that. Blowback possibilities. Yeah, definitely don't recommend it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'll take one more question. Yep, don't forget that Prepper Nurse is live here in about 40 minutes. So yeah, I'll give everybody time to go refill their coffee, use the restrooms, and make it over to Prepper Nurse 1. Not sure I'm going to make it to his live stream because there is something I have to do with family on this particular evening, and that's why I miss a lot of his Sunday live streams. But yeah, I will try to tune in a little bit here and there with earbuds in my phone. But yeah. Vicky Savage, I was put on standby in March, laid off in September, not one penny of stimulus, unemployment, Social Security, or socialism security. I agree with that statement or anything else. Really glad I prepared. You and me both. I'm glad you prepared, and I'm glad I've been prepared for the same reason because it won't be too much longer where I'll be opening buckets of rice to feed myself and my family yet again. So, yeah, thanks, government. We appreciate it. James, I would keep that information to yourself, but I would not be sharing that with anybody because that's not a good thing to announce. Yes, I do need an upper. I do. Very much so. I have a polymer 80 lower. I had milled it and constructed it myself. It's all ready to go and it works, but yeah, don't have the upper half of it. So, yeah. Also need my body armor. I have body armor coming in the mail. It's on back order. I'm pretty sure everything's on back order at this point. Oh, sorry. I was reading in it. Wow. My tablet's like going insane and it's on the other side of the room. I was just reading a Discord message, so I will definitely have to go here in a minute because I want to read that. And I think I'm getting like a 30,000 emails on my tablet. Must have just went online because it's like picking up old emails. That's my thought anyway, because it's definitely chiming and sounding off over there. But yeah, I am going to be on my way. Yeah, boating accidents. Definitely boating accidents. Make sure everybody goes ice fishing this year. Yeah, just go ice fishing. Say that, everything fell in the hole, the little hole that you have to drill in the ice. So, yeah, ice fishing accidents all winter long. I'm sorry to say it, but it happens. Good night, Alan, and good night, all the gremlins. I am going to go now. I thank you all for coming and being here. I really appreciate your support, all the super chats, and just everything you guys do for me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Remember, check out the Discord server. Link is the first thing in the description, and I will definitely be on there periodically. Probably not too much tonight, but periodically I will be on there, and we will definitely have more chats. I'd really enjoy the chats. I really, really enjoy the chats. That's why I do the premieres every morning just to talk back and forth with people because I learn a lot of things and it's just a really good thing to be able to do just to talk to people who are of like-minded mindset, I guess is how you could say it. And thank you, James Davis. God bless to all of you as well. Stay safe because yeah, it's definitely getting grim out here. And hey, I'll see you next time.